Hey guys and gals, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 3! Okay, so, first things first, for those of you playing at home, I owe you the biggest of big apologies if you've been following my Let's Play of this game from the start, because there's been about, what, like 5 months since the last episode came out? I'm gonna say 5 months, and I owe you an explanation. For those of you who didn't see the update video announcing that my Xbox was dead, yep, that happened. That was a thing. My Xbox died about 3 months before I moved to the US. Well, first of all, I moved to Hong Kong for a month. So, that's 4 months of no recording and uploading. And now I've been in the US for about... did you just push me? You just pushed me. I am your commanding officer. Okay, let's get back to work. So that's about 5 months, and I've only just kind of gotten all of my equipment set back up again. So, I'm recording this as soon as possible, so I'm really sorry about the delay. And to make it up to you, guys, I thought, oh, that was a little far. I thought we should get straight into some of that DLC content that we've been avoiding for so long. To be honest, I kind of looked back at some of my old footage just to kind of jog my memory on what we did. I don't entirely remember why I was stalling for so long on some of this DLC, specifically one. I think I wanted to kind of build up my team first, get a little bit more powerful before we dived into this DLC. Because it's kind of, I don't think it's something you want to dive straight into. You want to build up your powers first, because you want to be slightly more powerful. I think that's what it was aimed at, although the game adjusts its own difficulty throughout I was going to say game, but I've said that twice. I'm sorry, I'm really rusty at giving commentary. I hoped I would have jogged flexed my commentary muscles, so to speak, during that update video that I just launched a couple of days ago, but apparently not. It's gonna take some time. We're gonna need to work really hard at getting that stuff back. So, the question now is, what DLC do we want to do? I've been thinking really hard about this for the past couple of days, and I think, as long as I don't remember incorrectly, yep, it's still there, Dr. Bryson's lab. For those of you who don't know, this is the Leviathan DLC.
I want you to match this against all known locations and update the map. Then contact the field teams for progress reporting.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley, could you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Garrett Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
That's an interesting goal, but is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we can just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
Could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No! This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine. But I could use your help sorting this out, EDI. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
Well, that was one hell of an intro to a DLC. Good question, good sir. What is happening?
You tell me.
I I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson, there was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
I didn't do it, it wasn't me! You have to believe that.
I'm 90% sure there's CCTV cameras in here, or whatever they call it in the future, and on the Citadel, that will have caught you shooting this guy. But I think it's pretty clear to all of us that the guy is indoctrinated.
So someone else pulled that trigger?
But I would never do that!
Commander, this does resemble reports of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Me?
What about that Leviathan Bryson mentioned? How does that tie in?
It's some kind of creature. Our field teams have been tracking it. That artifact came in from our researcher, Garneau. He sent an audio log if you wanna...
What's wrong?
Turn back.
What are you talking about?
The darkness cannot be breached.
Damn it. Get him over to the clinic. See if they can tell us what's wrong with him.
Yes, sir.
Commander, you'll want to see this. It's an outgoing message from Dr. Bryson to Admiral Hackett.
Dr. Bryson, you have an update? Admiral, the Leviathan of Dis that we've been investigating, I think we're really onto something. Give me the brief. About 20 years ago, the Batarians discovered a Reaper corpse that had died in battle. They covered it up and denied it ever existed. But I'm intrigued by the larger implication. What could have killed the Reaper in the first place? Exactly. That's the real Leviathan. It's worth pursuing. Continue your investigation and update me on the progress.
There is also a follow-up message from a few weeks later.
Admiral, the Reapers are shadowing my field teams as if they're hunting Leviathan themselves. Whatever it is, I believe Leviathan is nothing less than a Reaper killer. Almost an apex predator, and it has them nervous. If we could just find it, imagine the impact on the war. I'm formally requesting assistance in tracking it down. You'll have it. This is now your top priority, Doctor. Find that thing.
It appears we were meant to be that assistance.
I was gonna comment on that, because I was struggling to remember how we were introduced to this DLC, and I'm pretty sure that it was, in fact, a message from Admiral Hackett saying, hey, we need you to go talk to Dr. Bryson. I believe he has a lead on what could be a Reaper killer, and then gave us kind of no additional information. I might dig it up later and stick it in the description down below, but I might also forget about that. I'm admitting that right now. Leviathan could be useful, but that's a renegade option. I'm torn. I'm gonna say that.
I see Bryson's point. Anything capable of bringing a Reaper down is worth finding.
Despite the potential dangers it could pose, I would agree.
But we won't know unless we can find it.
Bryson's assistant did say they recently received a log from their field researcher. It may yield more information.
I wonder where this audio log could be. Perhaps I should search near the... No, I'm not gonna...
This must be the artifact the assistant mentioned. And here's the log.
Dr. Bryson, it's Garneau. I'm sending you an artifact I found. About the only thing I found there, in fact. Maybe it's nothing, but I'd swear Leviathan came through here. I'm gonna crunch some numbers. Burn up the rest of this project travel allowance. Maybe I can project our Reaper killer's movements. I'll check in when I get to the next site.
Garneau appears to be our best lead to track Leviathan, but he does not state a destination.
Let's focus on what he does say then.
He mentioned extrapolating Leviathan's path.
And crunching numbers. He wasn't flying blind. He had data.
A significant amount of data, judging by this office.
So how do we narrow it down?
Bryson and his colleagues evidently used a galaxy map search program in their hunt for Leviathan. It may help us locate Garneau.
Also, hold on, I mean, I don't want to kind of get in the way of things here, but what's to say that this data is even here? What if he was hunting on the go and he had a ship with all of this data with him? I mean, okay. to be fair, he probably would have kept sending back constant updates to these guys. So let's take a look. I want to take a look at this first. Hi, buddy. I wonder if he's screaming at us or if we're pushing a button that's actually electrocuting him and making him annoyed. Because look at those jolts. I think we're actually pushing a button and torturing him. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. All right, let's get back to this map.
Does this tell us where Garneau went?
No, but we may be able to narrow down his location if we find clues he was using in his search for Leviathan.
Perfect. And that door should be open now. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly where everything is, so we're gonna have to put on our Sherlock caps and, figure this out together, ladies and gentlemen. So, don't forget, break the walls of space and time and let me know what's going on.
These are all murders in which the accused lacked a known motive and claimed memory loss.
Just like Bryson's assistant. You think Garneau was following a trail of blackout crimes?
It is possible. We need to find data matching dates and locations for crimes of this nature.
It's quite a few Solarians on there. I mean, it looks like it's mostly humans, but I'm just surprised at the amount of Solarians. Although I don't entirely know why. Alright, let's take a look at this.
Here's the time and date chart for the crimes. Can you filter for murders where the killer claimed memory loss?
Adding a search filter. You may examine the results on the Galaxy Map program.
I could, but I know that's not enough data. There's got to be more here. I thought I saw something that we could click on here. Mostly because it's a cabinet, and I'm hoping to find, like, weapons in there that we can, you know, upgrade. What? I'm a soldier! I'm a soldier. I want schmancy weapons. Let's take a look here.
Sir, this is Bryson. We know the Reapers are after Leviathan. Studying Reaper hunting patterns could be vital to finding it.
That data is classified top secret, Dr. Bryson. If it falls into the wrong hands...
It won't. The data's encrypted. I'll keep the decryption key safe. Close to my heart.
Close to his heart? What the hell does that mean?
Maybe he had a pacemaker. Sorry, I know, that's a ridiculous answer, but I just had to say it.
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart.
Also, Edie, you're a super fast, super intelligent AI. Why don't you just crack it? I know it would be so much easier if we just found the key. Which is around here somewhere, and I think I remember that answer.
Sovereign. Vanguard of our destruction. How's that working out for you, big guy?
Are we sure this is safe here? I mean, maybe that's like a shield to protect against any kind of indoctrination. Maybe not. Let's not spend too much time around it and find out.
March 7th, 2186. I'm looking at the Rachni. Their movements during the Rachni Wars suggest alien influence. But the timing is wrong, and Rachni weren't implanted with Reaper tech. What if Leviathan was preparing the Rachni to fight the Reapers?
What do you think, Edie?
It is possible that Bryson's team is using ancient Rachni fleet activity to find Leviathan. If we can find data on the movement of ancient Rachni ships, it may help us narrow our search.
How about we check the conveniently placed computer that's right next to the video log?
Those appear to be sightings of ships that match Rachni signatures.
Score!
Can you add a cross-reference for locations of sightings?
Adding this search filter to the Galaxy Map.
Who would have thought that being Sherlock Holmes was so easy? Let's take a look at this picture.
By Anne Bryson. Age 9.
Records indicate Anne is now 28. She works for the Alliance.
Bryson was keeping the encryption key close to his heart. What's closer than family?
An interesting hypothesis. But I detect no trace of the decryption key in this... art.
Oh, don't be mean, Edie. You know, that's an, what was it, age 8? That's an 8-year-old's art. To 8-year-olds, that's like Picasso. Ooh, hello, upgrade, even though I don't use an SMG, but other team members do, although I never use the recoil system. Let's take a look at this.
Meteorite fragment, maybe?
He was studying it as an object of importance. We should look more closely at a sample.
Meteorite sample. With traces of element 0. Would Leviathan need ESO?
While it is not consumed as fuel during FTL travel, Element Zero will decay after several centuries of active use. If Leviathan is old enough, it would need to replenish its supplies.
Okay. Can you give me a search filter for locations with Element Zero?
Adding the search filter now.
I mean, theoretically, that's kind of clutching at straws, I think. Because of what Edie said, it would decay over long periods of time. I don't think you can really use it as a search filter because maybe there's going to be one ping on the map. You're not going to have lots of little pings to show a course. Oh, I see a button. I want to use the button. Hold on.
Bryson was tracking unexplained creature sightings.
Bryson was not merely tracking sightings. He was attempting to extrapolate a course.
And Garneau could have been following that course. Edie, can you add a search filter for systems along that projected path?
Adding it now.
Now that sounds like a hot lead. Also, that looks a bit like the Death Star. Just saying. I mean, there's a circle with an X, and I know that it's an arrow pointing towards the X, but it looks like a laser beam shooting at that planet, shooting at that moon. Oh, I am way too much of a geek. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, I don't. I don't really. The Thorian. We're familiar with this. Alright, the Thorian, a life form discovered on Pharaohs, provides... I'm not going to read it. Sorry, big walls of text. I will leave it on there long enough for you to pause and to actually kind of read through it. So there you go. I love how it's Commander Shepard claims that Reaper enemies cultivated life to evolve along lines they can predict. Claims? I state with full fact. Alright, we need more areas. There's an upstairs and there's an outside. I just want to quickly check. I don't see why there would be data outside, but I know there's loot out, or I'm pretty sure there's loot outside like this. Oh yes, this makes me so happy. This makes me so happy because from the pistol we're gonna get from the Citadel DLC, I can attach that, only keep the pistol, and basically have a cooldown time of nil. Essentially just firing my flare. Let me pick that up. There you go. Constantly firing my flare, one after another, which is gonna be devastating. I'm looking forward to that. And yes, we are waiting on the Citadel DLC. I didn't even consider that for what we were gonna do in this episode. It was between this or the Omega DLC, and I thought, you know what? We're at the Citadel. We're gonna do the Leviathan DLC. Although we pick up the Omega DLC on the Citadel as well.
Dr. Bryson, per your request, I'm clearing Task Force Aurora for intercepted Batarian communications regarding the Leviathan of Dis.
Commander, the Dreadnought is in custody, but the Solarians may have surveillance footage. Our ambassador will issue a full denial. Give me your preliminary analysis. Several million years old at least, and its technology outstrips anything on the Council. Excellent. Our scientists will work day and night to bring its secrets to the hegemony. One concern, Commander. The real Leviathan of Dis, the thing that destroyed the ship, is still out there, unaccounted for. Irrelevant. The ship is our priority. And as far as the rest of the galaxy is concerned, there is no Leviathan of Dis. There never was.
Okay. So, does anybody else feel like the... Hold on. Does anybody else feel like the Batarians may have been indoctrinated for a heck of a long time, or at least members of the hegemony? Sorry, I have trouble pronouncing that word. Let's see here.
Another piece of Anne Bryson's childhood art.
Wait a minute. Well, take a look at that.
What? I don't see
I can use
it.
these numbers to construct a decryption key.
All right, let's get back to the data pad we found earlier.
Was it in yellow right next to the green, or... I guess so, and I just couldn't quite make it out. Oh well, the point is we got the key, and that's all that matters, and I think we should have all of the data after we collect this final scrap.
Decryption complete. Analyzing data. These movements do not match the standard invasion pattern. The Reapers are searching for something.
And I'll bet Garneau used this intel. Can you make a search filter for it?
Doing so now.
Well, as I look over to my timer, which is actually just my audio recorder, and I can see a timestamp, I see that we have run out of time for this episode, which I never notice those in time, if I'm honest, but stay tuned for the next episode where we hunt down a Reaper killer.
Activity.
Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see.